Hello and welcome to the video about alarming, the key feature in a monitoring system. In the first part, we are going to talk about general alarming concept in T4D and wizard-based simple alarm creation. So let's jump into a general part. Alarms are based on the sensors components. To get a full picture, I need to spend a few words on sensor definition. In T4D server, we have a sensors as a software component which are representing the physical sensor, and they are used to manage the data acquisition and processing. In T4D web, the sensor is a software component is used to manage the visualization, alarming, and reporter mapping. A sensor can have multiple components, and the user is allowed to put each of them into monitoring focus. So let us demonstrate how to create an alarm based on terrestrial position. So let's say it is our position terrestrial demo, and here's a few settings. Evaluation frequency, let's say for us it is enough to evaluate every 3 minutes. Here you can define actually time slot where the evaluation should happen, not in any other time. And here is condition merging operator telling us actually how the conditions are connected with each other. So, and into description field, you can put something what you want actually. After we save the alarm, we got much more options. Most of them are self-explained, but I would just mention notification messages. Here you would be able to create your own messages if you set a customize message to yes, and let's say the default alarm text we are providing is not enough for you, and here you would say yes, my customer, something like that, with alarm this is a placeholder for alarms, and so on. You would be able really to fully customize your text here. So notification recipients, you're defining who should get these alarm notification first, and the second, should these alarm be acknowledged by somebody, by the user. And this is important in case of responsibility sharing, and the recipient should react on alarm and acknowledge it, otherwise the new escalation notification will come up. Good. The other one is clear. You can associate a batch file or webcam with the alarm, or you can have history view on all these alarm events. Let's jump into the condition. How do we add a condition? This is actually a key piece of the alarm definition. And here we have only components from the sensors which are already created in T4D Web. So let's say we are going to check, I don't know, position terrestrial, as we said. And here you have a possibility to select a specific one, like from the list, or you would be able to select all of them in my project. And in my case, we have 9 of them. So let's jump to a simple one, specific, and only this one. So one sensor, and on the next level, condition type, we are keeping observation monitor, just simple charting of the values. The other option would be velocity monitor, where you would get trend or other velocity information. And now here we have an option to choose which of the components we just mentioned before, which of the components we are now setting into the monitoring focus. And let's say we would like to observe that horizontal movement of the point. So on the next level, we have evaluation mode, where we can choose last available value only, or taking an average of X latest value for alarm evaluation. On the threshold setting, we have to define whether to use absolute or relative values, and we have to set the values for the thresholds. Let's say 2 or 3 millimeters for attention, or better 5 millimeter for attention, 1 centimeter for alarm, for warning, and 2 centimeters for alarm level. Standard deviation filtering, what is that? Every measurement is flagged with the standard deviation as a kind of quality flag. And to avoid bad measurements in the alarm evaluation, and so creating false alarms, we have a filter here, and with this setting, you're just excluding bad measurements in the alarm evaluation. Let's say 10 centimeter is bad enough for us. On the no data alarm page, we are able to set up time window for which we are still accepting not having the data. Otherwise, the sensor will be flagged as unhealthy. Let's say we will accept 3 hours not having the data. Trigger threshold type is interesting only if you have multiple sensors in an alarm definition. In our case, we have only one, so the default setting we can leave. Okay, and the final setting showing the alarm status in the map. It means that the sensor displayed in the map should be flagged with additional feature with heat map. Say yes, and we call that position ter demo layer, something like that. So we created an alarm with all this information you see, and the first evaluation already happened. We have alarm in attention state, so almost done. Let us define notification recipient. So we will flag the alarm to be acknowledged, and in the 2 hours the escalation will happen. And here the first notification should get a real user with a real email address behind it. So the last step is to enable the alarm and wait for notifications. But this topic will be explained in one of the next videos. Thank you for watching this video.